Okay, and then we're going to do a single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. And then in the next stitch we're going to do a sort of a few stitches of different sizes to kind of make that plant shape. So in the next stitch you're going to do a slip stitch, chain 5, slip stitch, chain 6, slip stitch. Remember, this is all into the same stitch. And then a chain. What have we done so far? We've done chain 5, chain 6, so then chain 5. And a slip stitch. All into that same stitch. Okay, so we've got this kind of little plant working up. You won't be able to see it too clearly at the moment, but we're going to single crochet in the next 4 stitches and then you'll be able to see it more clearly. So 4 single crochets, okay, and this is what you have now, this cute little plant shape. Love that. So then you're going to repeat that again in the next stitch of a single crochet, slip stitch, chain 5, slip stitch, chain 6, slip stitch, and chain 5. And slip stitch. There we go, there's another little plant done. And then single crochet in the next 4 stitches. Okay, and then you're going to single crochet in the next stitch. Then you're going to repeat what you did here. For in the next stitch you're going to do the slip stitch and chains, and then 4 single crochets, and then you're going to do another one of these plants, and then you'll do 3 single crochets to complete the row, and then fasten off this colour. And there we go. How cute do those little plants look? Oops. How cute do they look? Love those, love those. So we are going to do some more background colour for the next row, and we will be introducing our flower colour, our spring flower colour, in the following row, I think, if I'm right. So you want to bring your background colour back in, and we're going to continue working on the back side of our work for this row. So you want to join colour B into your first single crochet of this last row. So join it into that first single crochet, and I will see you back in a second. Okay, so with our background colour we're going to chain 4 as a treble crochet. You could do a standing chainless treble crochet if you wish, and then we're going to treble crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Okay, and then we are going to chain 1, skip the plant, and then treble crochet in the next 4 stitches. So these 4 stitches that are between the plant. Okay, so 4 stitches there for 4 treble crochets. And the 4th one right next to that little plant. There we go. And then we're going to do that again, chain 1 and then skip the plant and then do a single crochet, sorry, a single crochet, treble crochet into each of the next 4 stitches, and that's a double crochet. Let me do that again. I'm just going to go through all the sizes. So treble crochet in each of these 4 stitches. Here we go. And one more. And then we are going to do a treble crochet in the next stitch because there's another stitch there. So we did an extra stitch. So treble crochet into that one. And then you're going to finish the row in exactly the same way by chaining 1 and then doing 4 treble crochets, chain 1 and do 3 treble crochets on these last 3 stitches. And there we go. So this is the back. So if these plants are sticking out this side, just push them through to the other side. Okay, and then turn it around and show you the front. There we go. So you might just have to flatten these plants out a bit on the other row, sorry, on the other side. Okay, and there we go. Looking lovely. Okay, so you need your flower colour now. Okay, so for this row, row 15, you want to drop colour B, just pull up a loop, or you can pop a stitch marker on that loop to secure it if you prefer. So just drop that down, and we're going to work on the front side on this row with our flower colour. So you just leave this colour and we'll pick that up on the next row. So I'm going to do a pink flower, and just get that colour. And then we're going to join that into the first stitch with a single crochet. Okay, so get your slip knot on your hook and then do a single crochet for your first stitch. Okay, so you've got your single crochet in the very first stitch, and then you're going to chain 1. Skip these next 2 stitches, and then you're going to do 3 double crochet in this chain space. And then you're going to do another double crochet, but this time you're going to capture this middle chain 6. So remember, we had chain 5, chain 6, chain 5 on our plant. So this chain 6, you want to yarn over with your current yarn, go into that chain 6, through the chain space, and then complete your stitch. Just capturing that chain space of that plant just to help keep them all facing the right side as they should be. And then you want to do another 3 double crochet in this space, but not through this chain, just through the chain space. Okay, so just push that to the side and do 3 more double crochet. So there's 7 there all together, and you're capturing that plant in the middle stitch. Okay, then chain 2, skip 4, so skipping these middle 4, and then you're going to do another 7 double crochet in this space, capturing that middle chain 6 on your 4th stitch, just as we did here. So I'll leave you to do those 7 double crochets, and I'll see you for the next step. Okay, so this is what you should have so far. So then now we've got these 5 stitches here, so we're going to chain 3, skip those 5, and then do exactly the same in this next space of that 7 double crochet and capturing your chain 6 there, and then you will chain 2 and skip these 4, and then do another 7 here. So chain 3, and then this one, chain 2, and then into this one. Okay, and then I'll see you to finish off. So do these next 2, chaining 2 in to cover this section here. Okay, when you've done your last 7 double crochets, you want to chain 1 and then skip these 2 stitches and do a single crochet in the last stitch. So that will be at the top of your chain 4. Do a single crochet, and then it's time to fasten off your flower colour, your spring flowers. There we go. So again, just flatten this out, and then there we go. Gorgeous. Okay, so there we go. You want to pick up your background colour loop, and we're going to work on the right side of the work this time. So pick that loop up and then chain 1 to bring it up to the height of your flowers, and then you're going to do a single crochet in that first single crochet at the end. Okay, and then you are going to do 2 double crochets in this middle treble crochet here. Okay, so 2 rows below, you're going to do 2 double crochets into that stitch there. And then you're going to skip the flower, and you're going to work 2 double crochets into the next treble crochet. Okay, capturing this chain in between. Why am I doing a treble crochet when I said we're doing a double? Crazy woman. Okay, so 2 double crochets in there, and then a double crochet in the next stitch, and 2 double crochets in the next stitch, all of that same row. Okay, then skip the next flower, do 2 double crochets in the first stitch, double crochet in each of the next 2, and then 2 double crochet in the next stitch. Okay, skip the next flower and do 2 double crochet in the first stitch, one in the next stitch, and 2 in the next stitch. So when we work these last few stitches, we want to not cover this last single crochet. You might want to, because I just did it and I actually covered that last single crochet, so you might just want to put a stitch marker on there or something just to keep it out. Easy to work over. So you're going to do 2 double crochet in this first stitch here, and then 1 double crochet in the next stitch. So popping that stitch marker on and holding it out to the side really helps there. because I did cover it when I had a go just before. So then do a single crochet into that last flower colour single crochet. There we go. So these flowers are now popping through quite nicely. I might need to just pop it through a bit more. There you go. Beautiful. And so clever. Okay, so this is essentially, this is our 4 season square, and I think you will agree with me that it is an absolute beauty. Leah, you have absolutely excelled yourself on this square. All credit to you. Beautiful, beautiful square covering all 4 seasons. Essentially this is the end of the square. We just have a border round to do, and this border round will help with this bit here where it's pulling in. Okay, so don't panic about that bit there. So for the border round, you could do a different colour, but it actually looks better if you use your original background colour, because then when you start to work into these bits here and sort of stretch it out, it won't look odd. It will just all blend in nicely. So we're going to do the border, and then I'm just going to put the finishing touches to my snowmen with their scarves and show you how it looks. So for the border, we're going to use this loop here. What I would say is I've sewn in most of my colours that I've used, but my background tails are still here. Now you could work over these for the border, but bear in mind that at a certain part where they all overlap, it will get very thick and bulky. So you might want to just work even a couple of these in. Just weave them in onto the back, just so it's not quite as bulky, or you might want to weave them all in first anyway. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come back to you and do the border. Okay, so I have sewed all my ends in now, just to make it easier to do the border. They don't really take long at all. So for the border, you need to sew you need to make 21 single crochets evenly down the side, and then 1 into each of the 21 stitches across the top and bottom. So the way that I often say, if you're not sure how to evenly place those, and because we've got different sizes of rows, what I often suggest is that you take your square, fold it in half. It would be easy to think this is halfway, but it's not. Fold it in half, pop a stitch marker halfway. So let's remember, this doesn't have to be exact science, it's just, 21 roughly spaced across along the length. Okay, so that is the center, and then you might want to do the same on this side. Fold it in half, find the center, pop a stitch marker through there, and if you folded it correctly, it should be roughly the same on each side. It is. Perfect. So what you know now is that you need, if you think 21, so okay, let's say 20, you need 10 on each side. So you could go a step further if you wanted, and then fold this half in half and pop a stitch marker there, and then you'd know you need 5 and you need 5. Okay, and then what I would say is that you need half this side and half that side, so 10 and 10, and then the extra 21 will be in that center there. Okay, so work 10 each side and do 1 in that center, and then in your corner stitches you are going to do a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. So every corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then 21 down each side. Okay, and 1 along each of the bottom and along each of the top, and that is your border. So I'm going to leave you to do that. I think you've done enough borders with us by now if you've been following us through. If this is your first video you've seen of ours, then I apologise for not doing the border round. but it is fairly straightforward there, I hope, for you. So go ahead, do that border just of single crochets, and I will see you when I've done my border and have my finished square. There we go, there is my completed square. Now I know it's still sort of pinching in a bit, but you can just give it some blocking or another border round, and it will straighten it a fair bit. So there is the end of today's epic 4-season square, and I love it. Love it, love it. With our spring flowers, summer sun, autumn leaves and winter snowmen. Absolutely lovely. Thank you, Leah, for sharing this square with us, and thank you for being so creative. So this is the last official daily square. This is square 365. Square 365, the very last of our daily squares. We have brought you this year more than 365 because we have had a bonus letter square every month. We've had bonus YouTube squares every month. On some days we had more than one square. For the mid-year square, when we were halfway, we had 2 squares that day, the halfway there squares. If you remember, they were quite fun to do. So we have had so many different squares this year, more than 365. On April Fool's Day we had a bigger square and then a regular square. So I think we will do a final tally of how many squares we have actually had this year at some point. Of course we had the mystery square, I think September or October as well. So we've had so many squares this year. It's been an absolutely amazing year, and I'm not going to talk too much about that right now. It has been amazing though. It's just yeah, so I just want to thank you all so much for following our videos, joining us in the group, sharing your photos, leaving your comments, your likes. It's been amazing. So I really hope that you enjoy making this square, and I hope that you found this useful and helpful. And if you have, you will click that like button and give us a thumbs up. There are a few more squares to come. We still have bonus squares for the letter, for the D for December, and we have the December bonus square to come. But for our daily 365 squares, this is the final one, and what a beauty to finish it with. So until next time, which I hope you'll join us in the group to follow. Until next time, just keep hooking and don't let your tea get cold.